Today's I can statement is I can understand whole number place value. Place value might sound familiar to many of you guys because you've worked with place value probably even in first, second, definitely in third and fourth grade. So we're going to start with a little bit of a review and then we're going to get into what we will be working on today. So first let's take a look at this place value chart that I included on the first slide. We start all the way back at our millions place. So we have our millions place, a comma, hundred thousands place, 10,000s, the thousands, another comma, hundreds, tens, and ones, all before we get to our decimal point. And I'm just going to draw a little arrow down here to our decimal point so we don't forget about it. If you think that it would be helpful for you to write down this place value chart, I would go ahead and do that now in your journal. So as you're writing down this place value chart, let's take a look at the numbers to the right of the decimal point. Here we have the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and 10,000ths. And we may have noticed the pattern here that all of the words are ending with a THS. This helps us know that these numbers are to the right of the decimal. So they're not quite a whole number yet. The numbers to the left of the decimal are a whole number. Again, we're not going to really touch the decimal point, the numbers to the right of the decimal point today. We're just going to work with these numbers on the left. So again, take the time to write down this chart if you think that it would be helpful for you. All right, let's continue on with our review. So we're going to first review place value. Here we have the number. Actually, before I say the number, I want you guys to try and say the number out loud. Try to read the number. We should have gotten 12,403. If I read the number out loud, it helps me understand what the value is of each number. I know that, let's start over here, that this 3 is in the ones place. 0 in the tens place, 4 in the hundreds place, the 2 is in the thousands place, and the 1 is in the 10,000s place. So, I kind of just gave away the answers here, but what is the number that is in the hundreds place? Go ahead and type that in and click next when you're ready. Good, we should have gotten the number 4 in our hundreds place. What place, or I should say, what value does the number 1 have? So let's reword this question a little bit. What is the value of the number 1? So that would be right here. What is the value of the number 1? Go ahead and type that in and click next when you're ready. We should have gotten 10,000 because again the 1 is in the 10,000s place. So that 1, the value of the 1 is going to be 10,000. It's going to be very important that we understand what the value of each number is as we move on with this lesson. So let's continue. Now we're going to talk about expanded form. So expanded form is a way to write numbers by adding the value of each digit. So as I just said, it's going to be very important to understand the value of each digit in our numbers. Here we have our first example. We have the number 123. That is written in standard form, and that's something we're going to get to in a minute. But 123, written in expanded form, is going to look like this. It's going to look like 100 plus 20 plus 3. The reason that it looks like that is because the 1 is in the hundreds place, so its value is 100. The 2 is written in the tens place, so the value is 20. And the 3 is written in the ones place, so the value is just 3. Let's take a look here at example 2. Now we have a little bit of a bigger number. The number is 215,305. So written in expanded form, it's going to look like this. Like I said, 215,000. So my value of my 2 is going to be 200,000 plus 10,000, which is the value of the 1, plus 5,000, which is the value of the 5, plus 300, which is the value of the 3, plus 5. Now you may have noticed that I have nothing here in between the 300 and the 5. I don't have a number for my tens place, and that's because there is a 0 right here. So it has no value. So we're just going to skip that when we're writing it out in expanded form. Alright, let us continue on. Oh, actually, before we continue on, I want to see if we notice a pattern here. When I'm writing out the value of the 2, I know that's going to equal 200,000 because I know it's in the hundred thousands place. Another way that I know how many zeros to add there is I replace all these numbers to the right of it with zeros. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers following the 2. So when I'm writing that value here, I can double check and make sure that I know it's in the 200 or it's in the hundred thousands place by just replacing them with zeros. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Alright, let's move on and do another example together. So I'm going to write each number in expanded form. So here we have 3,413. In expanded form, that's going to look like this. 3,000 plus 400 plus 10 plus 3. I have 3,413. If you add these all up together, you're going to get the same exact answer. So again, this is in standard form, and this down below is in expanded form. Let's try this one together. I have 56,405. 56,405 is going to look like this in expanded form. 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 400 plus, oh, I get to my tens place and there's a 0 there, so I have nothing that I have to write in my expanded form equation. I'm just going to skip over to the ones place, which is a 5. Alright, your turn to try it out. Go ahead and write each in expanded form. Click Next when you are ready. Oops. Alright, let's work on this together. So we should have gotten, for number 1, 43,299. We should have gotten 40,000 plus 3,000 plus 200 plus 90 plus 9. Double check your work and make sure that that's what you got. If you didn't get that, it's okay. I want you just to make sure you write in the correct answer. Alright, let's take a look at number 2. Here we have 280,945. So 280,945 is going to look like this in expanded form. It's going to look 200,000 plus 80,000 plus, oh, I have nothing to write in my thousands place because there's a 0 there. So I'm just going to keep going on to my hundreds place, which is going to be 900 plus 40 plus 5. So double check and make sure that that is what you got for number 2. And if you didn't get it, like I said, it's okay. Just fill in the correct answer and continue on. Alright, now we're going to talk about standard form. So standard form is the way that we see numbers normally. Example 1, 123. Standard form is how we often write our numbers in math. So this one we should get through fairly quickly. So example 1, just 123. Example 2, 215,305. So this is what standard form looks like. Today we're going to be working on writing each number in standard form when it's given to us in expanded form. So here we have 500 plus 20 plus 5. So let's work on this one first. We have 500, so we know 5 is going to be in the hundreds place. We know that 2 is going to be in the tens place because it says 20. And we know that 5 will be in the ones place because there's just a 5. There's no zeros there. Simple as that. That is our number in standard form. Down here we have a little bit bigger of a number. We have 10,000, so we're going to start with 1 in the 10,000s place. This might be a good time to use your place value chart. It will really help you when you're converting from expanded to standard form. So again, we have 1 in the 10,000s place. We're going to have 2 in the thousands place, and I know that after the thousands place, I have to put a comma to separate thousands from hundreds. So let's look at our hundreds place. We have 400. That means 4 goes in our hundreds place. And then we don't have anything in our tens place. We go right to our ones place, which is 3. So that tells me that there's a 0 in my tens place. And then we go to our ones, which is 3. And I get 12,403 as my number written in standard form. Alright, go ahead and try each one on your own. You're going to write each number in standard form. Click next when you're ready. Alright, let's go over this first one. We have 5,000 plus 400 plus 1. So we know that we have 5 in the thousands place. Then I'm going to put a comma because thousands and hundreds need to be separated by a comma. And we have 4 in my hundreds place. And then I have 1 in my ones place. So that means that I have a 0 in my tens place because I can't just skip over that place. I still have to put a number there. So I'm going to put a 0 there and then a 1 in my ones place. Make sure that we each got this for our answer. Alright, let's go on to number 2. We have 900,000 plus 40,000 plus 4,000 plus 20 plus 5. So this is a big number. So we're going to start with 9 all the way in our hundred thousands place. Then we have 40,000, so we know there's a 4 in our 10,000s place. Then a 4,000, so we know there's another 4 in our thousands place. Comma, because after our thousands place, we always put a comma. And then we have, oh, we don't have anything that shows a value of 100 to go in the hundreds place, so we put a 0. Then we have 20, so we know a 2 is going to go in our tens place. And then 5, which means 5 is in our ones place. Double check and make sure that that's what you got for your answer as well. Alright, great job guys. Today you're going to click out of this video and you'll continue on with the rest of your work for math today.